starts at 7 a.m. and at least in my school we have 6 classes. It normally changes, but normally is 2 classes, then we'll change professors, and between the third and the fourth class we have a 15-minute break, and then we go back to studying. My classes end at around 11:45 a.m. and then we can go home. I know that sometimes we have to stay in school for another extracurriculars like research projects or helping professors.
Institution has a lot of and a number of planned activities. In the morning we participate in our lectures, our lessons where students engage with the professors and the lecturers of the respective units. There we do ask questions and participate in group work. And after that we can have some extra curriculum activities where students participate in other games where they are best talented in. In the evening we might have some lessons. It depends with how the lecturers or professors have arranged their timetable. The photos I'm about to share is about my friends and I after our lecture rooms lesson, and some are actually we engage in more activities.
Economic factors greatly impact access to quality education. So, poor students often attend public schools with few resources and overcrowded classrooms, while rich students go to better private schools. There's a big gap between urban and rural areas because many rural students face long distance and lack of transportation. And poverty can make students miss school to work or help at home.
Factors generally impact access to quality education in both Brazil and Kenya. In both countries, poverty is a major barrier. Many families cannot afford school fees, uniform, and other learning material. For example, children from rural areas often face additional challenges such as a long distance to school and poor equipped facilities compared to those in urban areas.
Interdisciplinary studies need you to be both have a critical thinking and to be innovative. You can't create something that's better and doesn't help your studies or some parts of your life if you don't have the innovation in you and you don't think critically and really think about what problem are you going to be solving.
First is through project-based learning. This is where students work on real life and projects. Example, building a model of sustainable city. Second is through open-ended questions. This is where students engage themselves in multiple solution and deep thinking. Example, how will life be without electricity? Third is through the group discussions and debates. Group discussion and debates helps students develop reasoning and communication, like debating if social media is helpful or harmful.
In my opinion, technology has played a really important role, mainly during pandemics. And we can also see that technology has really started showing up in Brazilian schools because we can see governments are putting a lot of money into stuff like computers, tablets, or online platforms for the students. And AI also helped for meeting the students' needs, and teachers are getting a lot of chances and opportunities to participate in online training programs.
And the first thing is that technology has helped us in having access to e-learning platforms and the Google Class platforms, where students and the lecturers can share learning materials. The second thing is that technology has helped us in research and self-study, where whatever you're taught in class, a student can go and browse for that particular topic and download the PDF and read beyond whatever you're taught in class. We also have YouTube, where you can watch the video and learn and get more skills. The next thing is that technology has helped us in digital skill acquirements that can help us in our digital careers. As you can see here, we have the Isaka and Ajira Club in our school, where we are taught about the cybersecurity threats, we are taught about how to prevent them, how software development skills, and a lot of tech skills that will help us in our career paths. The next thing is that technology has helped us in communication and collaboration, such that we have groups like WhatsApp groups and Telegram groups, where we have class updates, whether you have a class or not. And through tech, we have come up with the Dialogue Works Club website, where students share their challenges and the root causes for their challenges and the solution to their challenges. Now we have challenges we face as a country, and the first thing is unequal access to laptops, phones, and internet, where you may find some students don't have a smartphone, others don't have, most of us don't have laptops, and if you have a laptop, you don't have access to internet because not everyone has Wi-Fi at their home. And the second thing is that data costs a lot. For you to browse, you have to purchase for bundles, and it's expensive. The next thing is that we may find that there are some students who don't have digital skills, like they are illiterate, and now when you may find it hard for them, you may find it hard for them to use a phone or a laptop.
Brazilian culture values social interactions, which reflects the in-groups activities and teamwork in school. Teachers usually have a close relationship with students, and learning is often influenced by family support and regional traditions. However, cultural difference between regions can affect the educational expectations and access to opportunities.
Language as a culture in Kenya affects learning in school because Kenya consists of 40 ethnic languages. Thus, when students go to school, have a challenge in understanding English, which is the language of instruction used by teachers. Number two is marriages. So in Kenya, marriage as a culture, people are allowed to marry more than one wife, which is polygamous. That's affecting the children which are born in those families to attain to quality education. And also there is early marriages in some rural communities such as the Maasai and the Kalenjin. The boys and girls tend to get into marriage at an early age, thus interrupting their education. Circumcision as a culture in Kenya affects learning activities because during the ceremonies and the healing process of a child who has been circumcised, or if the child was a school going, then he or she has to be absent so that he can attend to the ceremonies. Of indigenous knowledge. So sometimes indigenous knowledge conflicts with the knowledge that students are being taught in school, thus interrupting with education. Respect for elders. So in Kenya, there is a culture which shapes children to have respect to their elder. Okay, so these positively affect learning because it helps students to be disciplined in school and of good morals and behavior. But on the same note, it negatively affects students because the student-teacher interaction in class may be limited due to the fear that they are elders. Religion. So Kenya has got more than two religions: Islamic, Christianity, Hinduism, and all those religions tend to shape a child to be more religious, thus affecting the attitudes towards certain subjects like science and sex education in school.
A questão financeira e a questão do transporte.
A pressão acadêmica de não conseguir finalizar os 2 cursos e, no final, a última preocupação é conseguir me formar, mas não conseguir lugar no mercado de trabalho por ser muito disputado.
Acho que é mais as dificuldades familiares, financeiras ou também a pressão acadêmica.
Realmente é mais pela muita pressão, por você, ao mesmo tempo que os professores te passam trabalhos e atividades, ao mesmo tempo outro professor passa para o mesmo dia e você precisa fazer milhões de coisas enquanto você já faz projeto e esse tipo de coisa. Aí você fica devendo nota, você fica todo corrido, você não tem tempo para você mesmo e gera muitos problemas para a pessoa.
Eu acho que seria mais na questão de carga horária, um pouco de pressão pelos pais também, que o seu futuro depende de você, e também o peso das provas.
And the biggest concern is that we as students, we get educated, have a first class, but end up getting employed. So you end up asking yourself, why did you study? It's like you wasted your money studying, yeah? The second thing is that skill gap, yeah, where you find a lot of students don't have the skills, and many employers want as an experienced person to employ or someone who have some skills. And when you look at at schools, you find that we are taught a lot of theory rather than practical, so it's a concern to us as students. So the next thing is that we worry about getting quality education. You may find in some parts in Kenya there are students who, there are schools where they don't have enough teachers to teach them certain units and subjects, yeah, so they end up not having the quality education. Okay, now the next thing is that students lack career guidance, where you find a student taking a topic only because their parents or relatives told them to do so, but that wasn't the thing they wanted, so they just take a top as they just do a course because people told that person to do, and you may find that course they took, it doesn't have a market value, yeah. And then the next thing is that mental health pressures, where balancing life and school and finances, it's very stressful, yeah, and it's a concern to us as students.